Salmon are caught in a variety of ways depending on their habitat, including oceans, rivers, and farms. In the wild, fishermen often use purse seines, gill nets, or long lines to catch migrating salmon. In rivers where salmon swim upstream to spawn, they can be harvested using traps or nets. In addition, raising salmon in cages or ponds is also a popular method, helping to control fish populations and protect natural resources. Regardless of the method used, salmon fishing needs to be strictly managed to ensure the sustainable development of this species. In the salmon fishing industry, many countries have strict regulations in place to protect fish stocks and maintain ecological balance. For example, some areas only allow fishing during certain seasons to allow salmon to spawn and recover their numbers. In addition, modern technologies such as fish locators and selective nets are also used to minimize the bycatch of other species or juveniles. In addition to wild fishing, commercial salmon farming is increasingly developing, especially in countries such as Norway, Canada, and Chile. This form not only helps meet consumption needs but also limits negative impacts on wild salmon populations. However, farming also faces many challenges such as disease control, water pollution, and maintaining fish meat quality. In general, salmon fishing and farming require coordination between fishermen, scientists, and governments to ensure the industry develops sustainably, meeting human food needs while protecting marine ecosystems. One of the major challenges of the salmon fishing industry is the decline in wild salmon numbers due to overfishing. Climate change and environmental pollution, rising sea temperatures, along with changes in river flows, directly affect the migration and reproduction of this fish species. To overcome this, many countries have adopted conservation measures such as building hatcheries to release juvenile salmon back into the wild, establishing no-fishing zones, and limiting the number of fishing vessels operating during the migration season. In addition, the salmon farming industry is constantly improving technology to improve efficiency and reduce environmental impacts. Some new methods such as raising salmon in recirculating water systems, RAS, help to control water quality and reduce waste into the environment. In addition, research on alternative feed from plant materials is also being developed to reduce dependence on small fish as feed for farmed salmon. The future of the salmon fishing and farming industry depends on the balance between exploitation, conservation, and sustainable development. The application of science and technology along with reasonable management policies will help maintain salmon resources for future generations, while meeting the increasing demand of the global food market. In addition to technological solutions and management policies, consumer awareness also plays an important role in protecting salmon resources. Today, many international organizations have issued sustainability certifications such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, for wild-caught salmon, and ASC, Aquaculture Stewardship Council, for farmed salmon. By choosing products with these certifications, consumers are contributing to promoting the seafood industry in a more environmentally friendly and responsible direction. In addition, traditional fishing and farming models are also being studied to combine with modern methods. Bringing higher efficiency while maintaining harmony with nature. For example, some coastal communities adopt a salmon farming model combined with seaweed and mollusks to utilize fish waste, creating a closed and sustainable ecosystem. With the development of technology, strict management policies and increasing awareness of society, the salmon industry can continue to develop in a sustainable direction. It is important that stakeholders, from governments, businesses to consumers, work closely to protect this resource, ensuring both economic benefits and preserving the marine ecosystem for future generations despite efforts to become more sustainable. The salmon industry faces many challenges, especially the impacts of climate change and environmental issues. Warming seas, ocean acidification, and a decline in natural food sources make it more difficult for wild salmon to migrate and grow. For farmed salmon, water pollution, disease, and the spread of parasites such as sea lice are pressing issues that need to be addressed. To address these issues, scientists and businesses are researching new methods to improve the farming environment. Some companies have experimented with raising salmon in closed sea cage systems or onshore facilities with recirculating water filtration systems, which help minimize the impact on the natural environment. In addition, genetic technology is also being applied to develop salmon strains that are more resistant to disease and grow faster, reducing pressure on natural food sources. In addition to technical solutions, cooperation between countries and international organizations also plays an important role in protecting salmon resources. Many agreements on fisheries management have been signed to limit overexploitation, protect salmon habitats and promote sustainable development. Only with close coordination between stakeholders can the salmon industry continue to develop in a direction that both brings economic benefits and protects natural resources for the future. In addition to scientific solutions and management policies, education and raising public awareness also play an important role in protecting salmon resources. Programs to promote the importance of sustainable fishing, protecting salmon habitats and the impact of climate change are increasingly being promoted. Fishermen, businesses and consumers all need to understand their responsibilities to help reduce the negative impacts on this fish. Many conservation organizations around the world have launched campaigns calling for limiting the consumption of uncertified sustainable salmon and encouraging the use of products from environmentally friendly aquaculture sources. At the same time, programs to restore salmon populations, such as releasing juveniles into the wild or restoring rivers where salmon spawn, are also being implemented in many countries. The future of salmon fishing and farming depends on the cooperation of science, policy and social awareness. If humans can balance the need to harvest and protect nature, salmon will continue to be an important food source, while marine and freshwater ecosystems are protected for future generations. In addition to conservation and sustainability efforts, the salmon industry is also witnessing innovation in processing and distribution technology, helping to increase economic value and reduce food waste. Modern preservation methods such as flash freezing and modified atmosphere packaging, MAP, help salmon stay fresh longer, reducing losses during transportation and consumption. In addition, many businesses are focusing on optimizing the supply chain to ensure that salmon gets from the place of capture or farming to consumers quickly and efficiently. Thanks to blockchain technology and traceability, consumers can easily check information about the origin, farming conditions and fishing process of the product, contributing to promoting transparency in the food industry. Not only stopping at fresh food, salmon is also processed into many diverse products such as smoked salmon, canned salmon, or even salmon meal for pet food. The trend of using the whole fish to optimize value and reduce waste is also being applied by many businesses. For example, omega-3 rich salmon oil is extracted to produce functional foods, while salmon skin can be recycled into handicrafts or fashion accessories. In general, with innovation in technology, strict management policies and increasing consumer awareness, the salmon industry has the potential to develop in a more sustainable and efficient direction. If these efforts continue, salmon will not only be an important food source but also become a symbol of harmonious development between humans and nature, in addition to improving technology and improving the supply chain. The salmon industry is also focusing on sustainable consumption trends and changing customer tastes. Today, consumers are not only interested in the quality and nutrition of salmon, but also require products with clear origins, ensuring animal welfare and minimizing environmental impact. This has promoted the development of organic salmon farming models, where fish are raised in more natural conditions, using feed without chemicals and antibiotics. In addition, many food companies are researching and developing salmon alternatives from plants or cell culture technology. Vegetarian salmon made from soy, seaweed and plant proteins are gradually appearing on the market, meeting the needs of vegetarian or environmentally concerned customers. Cell culture technology also opens up the potential to create salmon in the lab without the need for fishing or farming. Helping to reduce pressure on marine ecosystems. In addition, culinary culture also contributes to shaping the global salmon market. While salmon was previously consumed mainly in Western countries, today it has become a popular ingredient in many Asian cuisines, especially Japanese sushi and sashimi. This has increased demand for salmon and required the industry to continue to expand production in a sustainable way to meet global demand without harming natural resources. In short, the combination of technology, consumer awareness and innovation in production is shaping the future of the salmon industry. To maintain sustainable development, stakeholders need to continue to cooperate, apply advanced solutions and move towards an environmentally friendly aquaculture that meets human needs while protecting marine ecosystems for future generations. In addition to technological innovations and consumer trends, international policies and cooperation between countries also play an important role in maintaining the sustainable development of the salmon industry. Many organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, and the North Atlantic Fisheries Commission, NASCO, have established standards and regulations to control salmon fishing and farming, ensuring that natural resources are not depleted. One of the biggest challenges is to combat illegal fishing and overfishing. Some areas, especially in the open oceans, still do not have strict enough control measures, leading to unregulated salmon fishing, seriously affecting wild populations. To combat this problem, many countries have deployed remote monitoring technology, using satellites and artificial intelligence to monitor fishing activities, helping to detect and prevent violations. In addition to controlling fishing, some countries are actively restoring river ecosystems, where salmon spawn, by improving water quality, removing old dams that impede salmon migration, and establishing conservation areas. These efforts help restore wild salmon populations and maintain ecological balance in river and ocean systems. In addition, the salmon industry is being encouraged to reduce carbon emissions during production and transportation. adopting renewable energy vehicles, optimizing production processes, and reducing the use of plastic in packaging are measures to reduce negative impacts on the environment. Some companies are also investing in carbon offset projects, such as reforestation or mangrove protection, to reduce the emissions from salmon production. The future of the salmon industry depends on global cooperation and the adoption of innovative methods to protect natural resources. If these efforts continue, people can enjoy nutritious food while protecting marine ecosystems and wild salmon stocks for future generations, in addition to conservation efforts and technological innovation. The salmon industry is also witnessing a shift in its business model to meet the growing demands of the global market. Seafood companies are not only focusing on providing fresh salmon but are also expanding into value-added products, such as smoked salmon, pre-seasoned salmon, or even ready-to-eat salmon dishes. This not only diversifies consumer choices but also contributes to reducing food waste in the supply chain. Furthermore, e-commerce and modern logistics technology are helping salmon reach the market faster. Thanks to advanced cold storage systems and optimized transportation methods, salmon can be delivered to consumers in many regions of the world with the highest quality. In particular, the development of online trading platforms has helped shorten the distance between producers and customers, allowing consumers to easily access fresh salmon products from many different sources. In addition, culinary tourism also plays an important role in promoting the salmon market. Many countries with developed salmon industries, such as Norway, Scotland or Japan, are taking advantage of this to promote salmon specialties, attract tourists and enhance the value of local salmon brands. Experiential tours, where tourists can visit salmon farms, learn about the production process and enjoy special dishes, are becoming increasingly popular. In general, the salmon industry is constantly evolving and adapting to changes in consumer trends, technology and the environment. A combination of sustainable solutions, product innovation and supply chain optimization will help salmon continue to be one of the world's most popular foods while protecting natural resources for the future. While the salmon industry is booming, there are still many challenges that need to be addressed to ensure its sustainability in the future. One of the most concerning issues is the environmental impact of large-scale salmon farming. The use of sea cages can lead to water pollution from fish waste and excess feed. At the same time, the risk of farmed salmon escaping and interbreeding with wild salmon also threatens the genetic diversity of wild populations. To overcome these problems, companies are investing in more advanced farming models, such as land-based recirculating systems, RAS. This model effectively controls the water environment, reduces the risk of pollution and limits the impact on the marine ecosystem. In addition, research into sustainable salmon feed is also being accelerated to reduce dependence on small fish from the ocean, replacing it with plant-based ingredients or insect protein. In addition to improvements in aquaculture, protecting the natural habitat of salmon is also a top priority. Many river restoration programs have been implemented to improve spawning conditions for wild salmon. Measures such as removing old hydroelectric dams, creating separate salmon passages and reducing water pollution are helping wild salmon populations gradually recover. Ultimately, cooperation between government, business and the community is key to ensuring the sustainable development of the salmon industry. Applying international standards for fishing and farming, raising consumer awareness of certified sustainable products, along with technological innovation, will help salmon continue to be an important food source while protecting marine ecosystems for future generations in addition to environmental protection efforts and technological improvements. The salmon industry also faces the issue of sustainable development in the context of increasing consumption demand. Population growth and modern consumption habits have led to a sharp increase in demand for salmon, especially in large markets such as the United States, Japan and European countries. However, increasing salmon production sustainably is not an easy task. To meet this demand, salmon farming models must be constantly optimized to minimize environmental impacts while improving production efficiency. Some notable initiatives include the use of renewable energy in salmon farms, the application of waste recovery systems for recycling and reuse in production, or the design of farms according to a closed-loop model. These solutions not only help reduce pollution and save resources, but also contribute to improving economic efficiency in the salmon farming industry. At the same time, the salmon industry must also focus on developing new markets. In addition to focusing on traditional markets, salmon-producing countries are beginning to expand into Asian markets, where demand for salmon is increasing. Building effective export strategies, improving product quality and ensuring sustainability will help the salmon industry expand its scale and increase profits in the future. In addition, research and development of salmon varieties that are more resistant to diseases and harsh environmental conditions also play an important role in protecting the industry. Healthy and well-adapted salmon strains will reduce the need for antibiotics and chemicals. While increasing disease resistance, helping the salmon farming industry develop more sustainably. In short, for the salmon industry to continue to grow and meet global demand, a comprehensive strategy that combines environmental protection, technological innovation and improved production efficiency is needed. Close cooperation between countries, businesses and consumers will be a decisive factor in achieving sustainable development goals. Protecting natural resources and ensuring food security for the future in addition to technological and management solutions. The salmon industry also needs to deal with uncontrollable factors such as natural factors. Climate change is one of the biggest impacts on salmon, directly affecting their growth and migration cycles. Warming ocean waters can change the currents and living conditions of salmon, forcing them to move to different areas in search of suitable food and breeding grounds. This can disrupt the maintenance of wild salmon populations and affect the production of farmed salmon. To address this problem, some research is being conducted to find ways for salmon to adapt to these changes. For example, scientists are studying how to improve salmon strains to survive in warmer water or develop farming methods that help salmon maintain health in harsh environmental conditions. At the same time, monitoring and forecasting climate change and its impacts on the salmon industry will help salmon-producing countries take timely preventive and adaptive measures. In addition, the application of salmon farming methods in coastal areas also needs to be reviewed and adjusted regularly. Factors such as coastal erosion, pollution from industrial or tourism activities, and human interference in the natural environment can seriously affect water quality and the growth of salmon. Protecting fish farming areas and raising public awareness of environmental protection will contribute to preserving marine ecosystems and creating favorable conditions for the sustainable development of the salmon industry. Finally, innovation in the creation of salmon products will also be an important factor in adding value to the industry. In addition to traditional products such as fresh, smoked or canned salmon, the development of ready-to-eat dishes or processed products from salmon byproducts will help optimize the use value of salmon.